Coming up, a battle between SUNY schools' mascots, and a look into a unique club on campus.
Those top stories and more, all that plus weather and sports coming up on PSTV.
Good afternoon, Plattsburgh, and thank you for tuning in. I'm Molly Ryan.
And I'm Hans Hummerschlag. Let's take a look at today's stories. The Cardinal Tabletop Guild had their weekly game night in the ACC and plan on running a plethora of events before the end of the semester. Desmond Novak checked out the event to get more.
The Cardinal Tabletop Guild hosted their weekly board game night in the ACC on Wednesday, which allowed students to relax and play some of their favorite board games as we enter the second half of the semester. I talked to Una Batson, the vice president of the Cardinal Tabletop Guild, to get more information on the event as well as the club itself.
So tonight's event is just one of our usual weekly events. On Wednesdays we usually just bring out some board games from our collection and let people who have come and hang out have their pick, play board games, just generally relax and, have fun with their friends.
Batson said the club meets 3 times a week, and the games that are played vary depending on the day.
So the Cardinal Tabletop Guild, we meet 3 times a week actually. Wednesdays at 7 p.m., Thursdays at 6 p.m., and Saturdays at 2 p.m. Wednesdays are board game nights exclusively, though the Magic players do tend to play anyways. Thursdays are our card game nights, but it's usually just Magic the Gathering, and we have those. There are a lot of players, so hey, if you want to learn or play, swing by.
According to Batson, the Cardinal Tabletop Guild will be hosting a big event on April 5th that will feature collaborations from many clubs on campus.
So aside from our usual weekly events, we do have a big event coming up on April 5th, which is a Saturday. And it's going to be from, I believe, 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. maybe. But it'll be a big game convention. We're going to be doing a big collab with a lot of clubs, such as the Esports Club and other clubs like Animation, Galilean. And we're going to be spread out throughout the ACC. And there will be different little areas for different games and different activities so that you can relax and find a new game to enjoy or just generally have fun.
If you're interested in joining the Cardinal Tabletop Guild, their events can be found on Cardinal Link and are open to anyone on campus. From PS News, I'm Desmond Novak.
It's March, and you know what that means, March Madness. However, here at Plattsburgh, there was another bracket that sadly ended in a bust. Mascot Madness started March 11th this month, a friendly competition against all of the SUNY schools. Bergie ran away with round 1 and round 2 beating out 3 schools. However, just this last week, Bergie's run sadly came to an end to Damien the Great Dane, the mascot of UAlbany. The voting was close, but Damien ended up having more social media votes and ended up on top. Good luck to our fellow SUNY schools, and may the best mascot win. The Student Association at SUNY Plattsburgh supports over 90 campuses and clubs and activities. I talked to Xavier Parker, the coordinator for clubs and organizations, for more information. The SUNY Plattsburgh Student Association supports over 90 clubs and organizations on campus. I spoke with Xavier Parker, the coordinator for clubs and organizations, for more information on how the SA works to ensure these groups have the resources they need.
I oversee all the clubs on campus to make sure there's no conflict. I try to help them. I try to go to their events. We push through new clubs. We double check to see if the clubs are doing things that are meant for, and we just help promote all type of student engagement.
All students at SUNY Plattsburgh pay a student association fee on their tuition that funds all the clubs and organizations, supports tutoring services, a student shuttle bus, student travel for conferences, trips, student activities, and more. Xavier works with the clubs specifically to build relations.
Well, luckily, a lot of club officers and members of clubs are very engaged with everybody on campus, at least try to be. So I made a few connections with them. Some of them are my friends, and some of them are people that I came to know who I truly respect and admire. So having that connection is very good, and then also having them be the voices of these clubs is good as well.
If you would like more information about the Student Association or clubs on campus, make sure to reach out to Shivir or any of the SA officers. Reporting for PS News, I'm Molly Ryan.
The Vatican was filled with relief and joy today as Pope Francis made his first public appearance after recovering from a recent illness. The 87-year-old pontiff greeted thousands of people gathered in St. Peter's Square, offering prayers and words of encouragement. Despite concerns about his health, Pope Francis appeared in good spirits, thanking everyone for their support during his recovery. He urged the crowd to continue praying for peace and unity around the world. The Pope returned signals hope for the Catholic community as he resumes his duties. The Pope should be back in Rome soon after making a full recovery. Have you ever wondered if there was anywhere on campus where you could sing or do stand-up in front of a crowd? Well, I was able to head down to a place that's hot in popularity as its namesake beverage. At SUNY Plattsburgh, there are many activities and events on campus. From game nights to cooking demos, there is something for everyone. But there is only one that allows students to showcase their talents in a non-judgmental and calm environment.
Well, the coffee house experience, sometimes it's very quiet, sometimes it's very dead, but sometimes it's very lively, you know? I think the most lively time occurs later on, around 9 o'clock. You know, once the dinner crowd comes in from Downer or Halal Shack or wherever people want to eat, and people get finished with their club meetings, they actually sometimes come around this way. People hear music in the hallway, they sometimes check it out. Just trying to get people to go up on stage, sing, present whatever talents, and have a good time, pretty much.
Coffee House is also the perfect spot to get involved on campus. All you have to do, just walk on stage.
They actually come up on stage, sing, and provides encouragement. Sometimes people show up, and, well, seeing others actually give a little performance of their own inspires them to go up on stage too.
And if someone is thinking about performing but might not be sure, just hear this.
First semester I did this, someone in the crowd kept repeating, "You have nothing to lose." So we'll just use that quote right there. Getting it out there, you can come in here, have a little laugh with your friends. It helps boost your confidence, especially if you do it more and more on as you go. Coffee House pretty much is about building confidence. To sum it all up, it helps you build confidence and it gets you in the right mindset to talk and perform in front of people.
And so make sure you stop by Coffee House, held here at the Nest every other Wednesday. It'll be going on through till the end of the semester. And it's such an addictive atmosphere down here. Once you visit one time, you won't want to stop coming back. Putting live on the campus of SUNY Plattsburgh, Hans Hammerschlag, PS News.
We will be right back after the break with a look at your weather and sports updates. Stay tuned, Plattsburgh.
Dance corps makes me feel confident.
Dance corps means to me family.
Dance corps is motivating.
Dance corps means new friends.
Dance corps means old friends.
Dance corps means unity.
Dance corps means creativity.
Dance corps means love.
Dance corps is fun.
Dance corps means friendship.
Dance corps is exciting.
Dance corps is my support system.
Dance corps is my favorite thing. Dance corps makes me feel confident.
Dance corps means to me family.
Dance corps is motivating.
Dance corps means new friends.
Dance corps means old friends.
Dance corps means unity.
Dance corps means creativity.
Dance corps means love.
Dance corps is fun.
Dance corps means friendship.
Dance corps is exciting.
Dance corps is my support system.
Dance corps is my favorite thing.
Welcome back, and here's our weather for the week. Let's get right into it. Friday, we had poking through the clouds with a very time of 42 degrees. Saturday, we have 32 degrees. Hope you have enjoy some nice weather over spring break because it is 31 and snowing coming Saturday here in Plattsburgh. Sunday should melt away some of the snow during the mid-41 and some light rain. On Monday, it heats up a little bit more, but pack an umbrella. The rain is coming with the heat. It will be 58 degrees. And Tuesday, the sun comes out once more and do expect some clouds, expect of high of 36. That's all for the weather, Plattsburgh. Up next, some sport update. The University of South California women's basketball team. The University of Southern California women's basketball team suffers a major setback in the second round of the NCAA tournament as sophomore Juju Watkins suffers a torn ACL in their matchup against Mississippi State. The injury occurs midway through the first quarter as Watkins' knee buckled awkwardly when she collided with Bulldog senior Chancellor Patter and she went down hard to the ground. After tending to Watkins for over a minute, she was carried off of the court by the UCS training staff. And Watkins has been averaging 24 points per game for the transient this season, which was the fifth highest average in women's college basketball this season. Disputes the injury, the Trojans will still go on to win the game 96-56, advantage to the Sweet 16, where they all face 50-ranked Kansas State of Saturday night. The New York Giants and 10 times Pro Bowl quarterbacks Russell Wilson agreed to a deal on Tuesday night that will bring a future Hall of Famer to East Roosevelt. According to NSPN's Adam Siffins, Wilson signed a one-year contract with the Giants of the guarantee of almost $11 million. Wilson is coming off of a season in which he threw 16 touchdowns and 5 interceptions for the Pittsburgh Steelers, leading them to a 6-5 record as they starting quarterback. The Giants, who signed another quarterback and Jameson Wilson last week, are looking to rebuild their quarterback room following the release of Daniel Jones, who was the team starter for the last 6 seasons. That's all the time we have for Plattsburgh today. I'm Tiana Killebrew. Oh, I'm sorry.
That's all we have the time for today, Plattsburgh. I'm Molly Ryan.
And I'm Hans Hummerschlag. Thank you so much for tuning in and have a great weekend.
Hi, I'm Cole Kajajian, and I am the CME Plattsburgh Film Club president. Here at the club, we tackle all aspects of film, from film production to film analysis.
It's a place where we come together, have fun, and talk about movies we love.
After our first meeting, the club really flourished into a great community, and we can't wait to build that throughout the year.
The film club is a safe place for anyone and is open to everyone.
This is KINKS, which stands for Collectively Inspiring Natural Hair Students. We like to promote people to embrace their natural hair and just love who they are. Every spring semester we have a hair show, so if you're interested in modeling, hairstylist, and a makeup artist, this is something to look forward to every spring.
Jump on in and fly high with the Cardinals only at Memorial Hall.
So TEAC is Tau Kappa Epsilon. It's a national fraternity. It's one of the biggest in the nation right now. We're about 37 guys. We do our best to serve the community that we are part of when we really like to give back. In my opinion, what makes Teak stand out is just the amount of leadership skills that you will develop as a Teak. As time progresses, as you go through the rush process, you realize just like how genuine the people are in this organization.
Better men for a better world. Rush Teak.
Coming up, how spring cleaning can have positive health effects.
Protests continue for national parks.
International Waffle Day.
Plus weather, entertainment, and sports. Coming up on PS News. And I'm Anisu Bunu, and welcome to this week's PS Newscast.
It's officially spring and the time of year when many people decide to tidy up, or maybe declutter their homes, but experts say this season and new beginnings and growth can also give your brain a boost. In today's Health Minute, Mandy Gaither talks to a psychologist about ways spring cleaning can help your mental health and how to avoid procrastination to get the job done.
Time to welcome a new season. Spring has finally sprung, and if you're thinking of cleaning out your home, it may also help your health.
When we engage in some sort of spring cleaning, it helps us kind of declutter not only our environment, but it can also help us declutter our minds.
Psychologist Adam Borland with Cleveland Clinic says spring cleaning can give our brains a boost, helping us to manage stress, elevate our mood, and provide a sense of accomplishment, which can all go a long way to helping mental health.
Spring cleaning can help us improve our focus. It can help with energy in terms of finding small activities in order to engage with and then seeing those through to completion. If we enlist the help of others, there can certainly be a social dynamic as well.
But Borland says a key to decluttering your home and mind is not tackling too much at one time. He says to set small goals and get the easiest item on your list done first. If procrastination is stopping you, take advantage of good days when you have more energy. Once you start, it'll be easier to get through it. And make it a team effort. Enlisting others can help get the job done. Finally, focus on the happiness a cleaner home will bring.
It's really an opportunity to kind of get out of that hibernation mode. Cleaning up the house can feel like a sense of rejuvenation and kind of restarting, which can be a wonderful feeling, especially after the long months of winter.
For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
If you struggle with procrastination or tackling day-to-day tasks like cleaning, Cleveland Clinic psychologists recommend reaching out to a mental health professional who can help.
Protesters rallied at San Diego's Calibro National Monument Saturday to show support for national parks and federal courts. The nationwide Day of Action was part of an effort to protect the future of the parks. Roughly 1,000 National Park Service employees were laid off in February. A judge ordered that they be reinstated, but fewer than half have returned to their jobs. A regional director for the National Park Conservation Association says on top of all that, there's a hiring freeze. He said hundreds of positions are unfilled just as the park system is getting ready for its busy season. He estimates Calibro is running at about 70% of the staff it needs. As Parks and Recreation's Leslie Cope says, we need to remember what's important in life: friends, waffles, and work. That's never truer than Tuesday for International Waffle Day. Waffles originated in Sweden in the 1600s. Back then, these flavored treats were eaten all times of the day, often with fruits and jams. A few hundred years later, the Belgians put their twist on waffles, making them thicker and with deeper grids. But this breakfast favorite really hits its stride in the 1950s. That's when Eggo waffles were introduced to consumers. To celebrate the day, dust off your waffle iron or find your nearest Waffle House and get ready to dig into some delicious, doughy goodness.
Wednesday marks 1 year since the deadly collapse of the Francis Scott Key Bridge in Baltimore. 6 construction workers lost their lives after falling into the Patapsco River. According to the NTSB report, the container ship Dali lost power after leaving the port of Baltimore. The ship struck a pillar of quay of bridge, causing it to collapse. 8 of the 21 Dali crew members are still in Baltimore. None of the crew members have been charged in connection with the crash. Investigators have been working all year to determine who was responsible. Transportation safety officials recently found that 68 bridges in 19 states should be assessed to see if they're at risk of a collapse. The Key Bridge was above the acceptable level of risk, but the owner of the bridge never evaluated that risk.
There's a fascinating fossil that's got experts flustered. 3 years ago, Taylor Enders discovered something a few inches in the ground of a property in Fisherville, Virginia. She figured it was a fossil because the yard is known for its quartz and other artifacts. However, the Virginia National History Museum and the Smithsonian have no idea what it is aside from being some sort of plant. Anders says she will try to solve the mystery by taking the fossil to nearby colleges and possibly get it carbon dated. Do you need to improve your public speaking skills? Well then, the Champlain Valley Toastmasters Club is just the place for you. This April, they're meeting to give you tips and tricks on how to improve your public speaking skills. They will meet April 18th and April 22nd, 6:30 to 8 p.m. on Zoom. The link will be down in the description. If you have questions, you can contact the head of the Toastmasters Club, Ransom, at notnet.org or at 518-335-1951.
After this short break, we will return with our weather updates. Stay with us.
And now for a look at our entertainment.
Nick Benardot.
I'm Angel Velasquez.
And I'm Benny Nazai.
I'm Jody Juliana Powell.
I'm Pat Pfeiffer.
Jorge Cabrera.
Jamie Goodrow.
And I'm Joe Mason.
I'm Marcel Gibbs.
I'm Zeb Ducharme.
I'm Ryan Nesta.
I'm Bruce Juno. Now Seals. Thank you. This has been Edward Balarjan.
I'm Rashida Pandey.
I'm Quasi Gittins.
I'm John Carduello.
To stay up to date with PS News and all of Plattsburgh State TV, be sure to follow Plattsburgh State TV on all social media platforms.
Hey y'all, I'm Marcel Gibbs, meteorologist as always. Let's take a look at the weather this week because it is a doozy. But for now, let's focus on the current temperatures. We got 37 for Owl's Head, 39 for Vermontville, 40 for Dan Memorial, 44 for All Sable Forks. Not the 60s I want, but I can deal with the 40s that we got. 43 for Plattsburgh, 40 for St. Albans City, and 43 for Williston. Now let's take a look at the 5-day forecast. If you were enjoying seeing grass, prepare not to see it for week or two, you know how it usually is. We got Friday, sun already making its little getaway, temperature of 43, but oh no, Saturday, you know, snow, because it's Plattsburgh. We got a temperature of 32, probably getting like 5 to 8 inches, they said. And if you thought it was going to get better the rest of the weekend, I got some news for you. It's not. We got freezing rain Sunday into Monday. Sunday, temperature 41. Don't let the temperature trick you. It will be cold. Sun's still not making an appearance. Monday, despite the sun not being there, we got an uptick in temperature almost to the 60s. Maybe the rain will actually feel nice for once. But then, you know, as the sun does, because it just simply doesn't want to do its job. Temperature 36 on Tuesday, despite it coming back. what's going on with the sun in Plattsburgh specifically, but I really want those spring temperatures that we were promised. But hopefully next week is a little bit better. That's all I got for weather. Back to the desk for entertainment news.
And now for comedian Joe Ghetto denies he sexually assaulted anyone despite claims from a woman who posted a 10-minute video on TikTok. The woman, who was 19 at the time, claims Ghetto attacked her in September 2023. She said she met the one-time host of Impractical Jokesters at a brunch. And then Ghetto invited her to see his comedy show that night. After the performance, the woman says she went to Ghetto's hotel room and claims that's where he sexually assaulted her. Ghetto released a statement to USA Today on Sunday that he admits he used poor judgment but said, quote, anyone who knows me at all knows fully well that I wouldn't assault anyone. Ghetto said he plans to take time away from the public spotlight and focus his energies on improving himself. The 48-year-old had separated from his wife in 2022, but they got back together the following year. University of Maryland students will learn it's not easy being green at their commencement this year. The school has announced Kermit the Frog will be delivering a speech to graduates on May 21. University of Maryland says the beloved Muppet will offer words of optimism and encouragement as students embark on a new chapter in their lives. Kermit has a long history with the school. Muppets creator Jim Henson graduated from the university in 1960. The campus garden has a bronze statue of Kermit and Henson. Kermit previously delivered a commencement address to the Southampton College graduating class of 1996. Actress Megan Fox and musician Machine Gun Kelly welcomed a new baby girl on Thursday. The Bad Things singer announced the news on his Instagram page. He did not reveal their daughter's name. This is Fox and Kelly's first child together. They announced that they were expecting in November. The couple got engaged in 2022, but reportedly ended their engagement last year. Both Fox and Kelly are already parents to children from previous relationships. Fox has 3 children with their ex-husband, 90210 actor Brian Austin Green. Kelly shares a daughter with his ex-girlfriend Emma Cannon. Lady Gaga is preparing to bring mayhem to North America and Europe. She announced the dates of a Mayhem Ball arena tour to support her new album, which debuted at the top of the Billboard 200. The tour starts in Las Vegas in mid-July and runs through November 20th in Paris. It includes shows at Madison Square Garden in New York City, United Center in Chicago, and the O2 in London. Ticket pre-sales start Monday. Singer Joni Mathis is retiring from touring and live performances. A social media statement said it's because of the 89-year-old's age and declining memory. He will finish out a few more scheduled shows on his current tour. The last one is May 18th. His retirement comes after nearly 7 decades of touring. He kicked off his last long career in 1955 and released his first album the following year. He released a whopping 79 studio albums and landed 34 songs in the Hot 100. Among his many memorable songs are Chances Are, Misty, It's Not Far For Me to Say, and Wonderful Wonderful. Stay tuned because after this break, we'll be hearing from our sports updates. Stay with us.
Hello, Plattsburgh. I'm Alex Duval, here to bring you your weekly sports update. A Wisconsin Animal Sanctuary is hosting an NFL Draft Party. It's an effort to encourage people to foster the pets currently for their adoptions as the 2025 NFL Draft comes to Green Bay. The Happily Ever After Animal Sanctuary is located just a mile away from the Packers' home of Lambeau Field. Officials say this is a way for the animals to get some love and security during the event. There's no cost to participate in the fostering program. The NFL Draft is April 24th through the 26th. The number 6 Plattsburgh State women's ice hockey team fell in an NCAA Division III first-round matchup with Elmira College on Saturday afternoon, losing to the Soaring Eagles 1-0 in the Ronald B. Stafford Ice Arena. Saturday marked the final game for 4 Plattsburgh State graduating seniors in Maddie Norton, May Olshansky, Bridget Orr, and Kiera Wall. Despite the best efforts of Plattsburgh, the one goal was too much for them to overcome, despite advantages in shots of 14-5 and 11-5 in the final 2 periods. The team had several opportunities with a loose puck in the slot and a crease, but could not push it past Savechnikova. Big congrats to our Cards for a hard-fought season. That's all I have for this week, Plattsburgh. Now back to the desk.
Thank you, everybody, for tuning in for this week's Plattsburgh State News Update.
We are your news anchors, Anesu
and Molly Ryan. Stay tuned for the next weekly news update and be sure to stay tuned for upcoming shows.
You can find those shows here on our YouTube. Also, be sure to follow us on Instagram at Plattsburgh State TV.
Have a safe and fulfilling week, Plattsburgh.